Credit Cupids. Thank you so much for coming back to listen to another video. I briefly want to talk about how to remove hard inquiries and a few questions that I've been seeing in comments about the removal process of your inquiries, which bureau is easiest, and so on and so forth. So let's get into it. For those of you who don't really know much about credit and what you need to have good credit or about hard inquiries, I first want to tap into what hard inquiries are and why they affect your credit. Now, some of you who are my fellow credit cupids probably already know all of this information, so please feel free to move forward. But remember that there are a lot of people who weren't taught about credit and don't know anything about credit. So I want this video to be able to be helpful for everybody of all different types of knowledge when it comes to credit. So, hard inquiries occur when you apply for new credit. So, it could be a new credit card, it can be a new personal loan, sometimes it can be a business credit card and business loan. If you ended up using yourself as a personal guarantor, there's going to be a hard inquiry, which means it's going to be reported to the credit bureaus. It's going to show up on your credit report, and you also will decrease by a few points because of it. To me, it's almost like you get a little penalized for looking for credit, but it only stays like that for a short amount of time, meaning the decrease of credit points. Although your hard inquiries, if you don't do anything about them, they will stay on there for 2 years. They will not fall off automatically without any push from yourself for the next 2 years. But the better your credit is, the more good things you have on your credit, like on-time payments, utilization, and all of those types of things will lessen the effect of the hard inquiries. But too many hard inquiries could look like to other companies that you don't have the money to pay the credit off that you're asking to borrow. So it's like, why is this person applying for so many credit cards? Do they not have any money? That's what it could look like, which could definitely harm you getting approved for a loan or getting approved for a new credit line. Now, when it comes to removing hard inquiries, as some of you probably already know, Experian is the most easiest place to remove the hard inquiry. All you have to do is call the right number and say the right thing and it not be accurate. And you not have an open account. That's one thing that I've been seeing a lot of questions in the comments about, can I remove it if the account is already shown and open on my credit report? I don't have any knowledge of how you could do that. I've never seen it work. Maybe there's other videos out there. I highly doubt that anyone has a method to removing a hard inquiry of an account that's already open without actually closing that account along with it. Now, let me just say this. You guys listen very, very closely. This does not mean any credit card that you've gotten approved for, any loan that you've gotten approved for. What I am saying, or declined for, what I am saying is if the account is already on your credit report and has already been updated and shown on your credit report, there is no way to dispute an account that is on your credit report when it comes to a hard inquiry. Sorry, there is no way to dispute a hard inquiry without closing the account if the account is already shown open on your credit report. Okay? Now, when disputing a hard inquiry, like I said, the easiest is Experian, and really 24 hours is a stretch because usually it can happen within a couple of hours, but I would say the longest is 24 hours. Now, there's a script that I have down below that's a part of my ebook, A Removal Guide. And a lot of times it is seamless, but I do know that if you ever have any issues, hanging up and calling back with the exact same script usually works 99% of the time. Sometimes you may get people who don't even really know the rules, don't even really know the law of how it goes. That's when you need to hang up and call back, because it is illegal for them to not let you dispute a hard inquiry that is not accurate. Okay? So, if there are inaccurate hard inquiries that you want to dispute, you want to be transferred or directly contact the fraud department of Experian. Okay, you want to let them know, the hard inquiry and what's going on with your account and that it should not be there. Okay, you want to make sure you do that as soon as possible, because there's no reason to have a bunch of hard inquiries on your credit of accounts that aren't even on your credit report for no reason. It could be really decreasing your credit score a great amount. I've seen people with about 10 hard inquiries that when they have gotten it off, their credit increased to over 20 points. Trust me, the hard inquiries aren't just sitting there doing nothing. It's hindering you from moving on to different credits. It's hindering your credit score to increase, to apply for better credits, or to apply for better things with a lower interest rate. It's really hindering a lot. So I know a lot of people don't even pay attention to the hard inquiries, but it is doing something to your credit, and it's not helpful. And if you want to look into deeper about what makes it illegal, just search up FCRA, which is the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So this is a federal law that, among other rights, gives you the right to dispute incomplete or inaccurate information. You'd really be surprised at how these big companies are not as organized as you would think. You can check on your TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian and probably see that the information on each credit bureau differs. You'd be surprised at how they can have your information wrong and it be hindering you from experiencing life the way you want to, getting what you need to make money, getting what you need to start your business. You would be surprised. I mean, we all assume that these big companies don't make mistakes because they can't afford to, but they can, because it only hurts you or us as the consumers. And sometimes it's not even the fault of the credit companies. They could give the credit bureaus the right information, and for whatever reason, the credit bureau did not report the right information. It really is sad. I don't know what can be done about it when it comes to their end, but all we can do is take control over our own lives and stay persistent. It does take work. Trust me, I know. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of energy. Now I'm talking about things outside of the hard inquiries, just in general. There could be collections on your credit report that are wrong. There could be a lot of things on your credit that are legitly inaccurate. I don't know if legitly is a word, but it's serious. And you wonder why you're getting declined for all of these things. You're looking on Credit Karma, and that's not really a great place to get accurate information about what the credit card companies or loan companies are really judging you off of when they look at your credit report. You're not really seeing what they're seeing by looking on Credit Karma, or at least an accurate version. So I actually, which I'm not saying you should get all of these three, really, if you're gonna choose one, I would say get My FICO. I think it's like $24.99 a month, but that'll show you all three credit bureaus. But if you do want to dispute anything, you actually have to have an account with the credit bureau, the specific credit bureau that you're trying to dispute with, or you can call them on the phone. But I like to actually have an account with the specific credit bureau. But I have Experian, Equifax, which is actually free on, I think it's from Lending Tree, and then TransUnion, I think it's also $24.99 a month. Now, Experian also shows all three. Um, My FICO is just super, super accurate, because on My FICO, you can actually see when it comes to getting a mortgage, when it comes to getting a car, you could see the scores that they would be going off of by just getting an account on myfico.com. But when it comes to hard inquiry, when we're talking about Experian, it is cool to start with Experian, be able to see all three credit bureaus. So let me know what you think. If you've went ahead and tried to get your hard inquiry removed using my ebook, A Removal Guide, which will be linked down below. I've had a lot of success with that script, especially with more so dealing with Experian. So I'm really excited for the newcomers to really like come across information that they haven't heard. You'd really be surprised about how many people really don't know this information. And so I'm just happy to be here and help. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for lending me your ears, and we'll talk soon. Bye bye.